Good afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to the Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be figuring out all the things you need to know about self-love. This could involve better ways to treat yourself, better ways to think about yourself, better ways to care about yourself, just all things self-love. That is what this reading is going to get into. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, and 3. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what ways you can take better care of yourself or find that self-love within, anything we need to know. And we're going to go ahead and start with our tarot cards and our Believe in Your Own Magic card and then get some additional guidance. Okay. So we have the Throne card, which is the number 45, which equals a 9. So it feels to me like you guys are definitely at the end of a more toxic cycle of self-love or self-care where you haven't really been treating yourself the best. But remember, I said you're at the end of that cycle. You're going to step into a new cycle where things are a lot better on this self-care, self-love front. But it says here on the Throne card that your potential is endless. So many of you are really letting go of some limiting beliefs and really allowing yourself to step more into your soul's potential, your soul's worth, your soul, what it incarnated to come here and do. You're releasing baggage of the past at the end of that cycle of how other people have made you feel, how you felt about yourself in relation to other people, kind of comparing yourself to other people. Not to say you'll never do that again, because I think we all have tendencies to do that from time to time, but you guys are really coming into this place. I'm really being drawn here to this girl in the middle, especially with the fire coming out of her palms. It's like she's really eventually discovered her magic. She's finally discovered her magic, and she's owning that ish. She is done playing small. She's shining her light, and she doesn't really care who sees or what they say anymore. And with this Queen of Cups, you're really starting to nurture yourself more. So you're going to be coming into this cycle where you're really trusting your intuition, you're trusting your own truth, you're trusting your own inner guidance, your own dreams, your own hopes, wishes, and desires. You're trusting yourself. Trust is just a word that keeps coming up for me with this Queen of Cups. You're becoming your own mother, you're nurturing that inner child and really starting to take care of yourself, especially if other people in your life haven't been, and now I'm getting chills down my leg, wow. Especially if people in your life haven't been treating you very well. You're like, okay, I'm done with that for a while. I'm going to kind of step into my little hermit bubble for a bit and just take care of myself. Let the consequences of what these other people think I'm doing or not doing be, kind of damned. It doesn't matter. I'm taking care of me, and this is what's up, guys. Like, that's what it feels like. But as a result of you starting to respect yourself, treat yourself better, other people are going to start doing the same as well. And with this King of Swords, what I had mentioned kind of about, you're done playing small. This guy with this King of Swords, he's like the ultimate truth speaker. Truth, not truth seeker, but truth speaker. He's speaking his truth. He's not afraid who hears it. He does it in a pretty tactful way, so he's not like hurting people or using abrasive language or anything, but he's very strong in what it is he's trying to communicate, and that's going to be you guys. You're going to communicate your truth to other people, and especially be communicating your truth to yourself and trusting it and believing it. Some of you for the first time in a long time, and some of you for the first time ever. That's what this new cycle is that's starting for you guys. Let's go ahead and lay some more cards out for you guys. So we have the Gift of Connection with the Crown Chakra card here, and another 9 with that 27. Look at that. And we also have the Acceptance card, a number 4, with the Waxing Crescent 2 card. Okay, so with this Gift of Connection, Crown Chakra, To me, that is the gifted connection to your higher self. The crown chakra, that is your connection to spirit. It's your lifeline to spirit or beyond the veil. So many of you are having some new, and now I'm getting those tingles down my left leg again. But many of you are going to have these new spiritual gifts come online that you just feel more tapped in, more intuitive, Queen of Cups, intuition, more connected. And it's really going to help you navigate through these waters of, your limited belief systems and getting rid of old toxic patterns in your life, habits that have held you back, ways of thinking that you just weren't good enough or didn't deserve something. You're really letting that go. And as a result, some of these new beautiful connections and gifts are allowed to shine in your life. And again, with that 27, that's that end of that cycle. This is the beginning of that new cycle where you're feeling more tapped in, more in tune, more connected, more able to speak your truth, and people are actually shutting up and listening to what you have to say. But with this acceptance card, this is really just pointing out to me the fact that you should love and accept yourself as you are now. And of course, as you are in the future when all of these beautiful transformations take place in your life, but especially now as you are, accept who you are in this very moment, because it will help you bridge the gap between who you are and who you know yourself to be on a soul level. That way you can, offload more habits and belief systems that just aren't serving you and become one with that higher self, that person, that soul that you are on that deep, deep level that maybe collective trauma or the collective unconscious or your own personal belief systems about yourself has kind of held you away from stepping into the power of. But with that number 4, just like this hand here reaching down from the heavens, and I would see this as more as the earthly human part of you reaching up for guidance and connection, you have the support of your spirit team, your guides, your angels, the universe itself to help you really step into this embodiment of self-love coming up. But also just accepting that things may be a little dodgy right now, or as you kind of go through these cycles to close out those more negative areas of your life. But it's all happening for your highest good is really what I'm seeing. Okay, oh wow, and we also do have the transformation card here. So yes, transformation, 5s, change. So as a result of these, transformations, these endings, you're getting the new beginning, and they are big, beautiful changes that are really going to enhance your life. And we've got a number 9 here with this 54. Again, another number 9. You have 999. And then you have 5 and 4, which add up to another 9. There's 9s for days, you guys, the end of a cycle. So especially if you've really felt trapped or stuck in some way in a relationship, in a career, in just your belief systems about yourself, you're really moving through that here in the near future to really step into that sense of truth. As that transformation takes place in your life, you're going to have so much clarity in your life as well. But with this watch a movie card, this is just reminding me a great way to love yourself and treat yourself is to enjoy spending time by yourself or with someone you love or people you love, doing things you enjoy. Even if that's just laying in bed watching a movie like this card here indicates, drinking a cup of coffee while cuddling your kitty cat, whatever it is that just brings you this sense of peace, comfort, and joy, that is a really great way to step into this self-love, self-embodiment kind of mentality. And for your guys' last card here, we have the Persephone card. It says here inexperience, but remember, as on that soul level, you guys are very, very experienced. But as that human being, of course, we feel like, this is our first rodeo a lot of times, and that it's just really hard to feel our way through things. But just knowing that this inexperience, on a soul level, you have much experience, but as this human, this inexperience is just teaching you to step out of your comfort zone and really experience all the different things that life has to offer. And of course, with the inexperience of it, you don't have to be perfect at everything you try to accomplish or go after, or just things you want to experience. You don't have to be experienced in going after what it is you want or these experiences. It's just having this kind of fool energy is really what I'm picking up with this inexperience. She's ready to take the leap and do something really exciting and new and fresh in her life. And it's from that kind of fool or inexperienced perspective that she's going to gain the clarity to accept where she is and step into the embodiment of the transformations that are taking place, the endings that are taking place, that are gonna bring the new beginning of beautiful roots of self-love and self-care. We have the number 6 here, which to me is the ultimate self-love number, that unconditional love, that motherly energy, that universal love and care, and just I just want to say acceptance as well, because that unconditional love, there are no conditions to the amount of love you're receiving from others and for yourself, from yourself, is really what I'm seeing. So you guys are finally, especially if you've really felt really hard on yourselves, or it's really been hard for you to love yourself, you're coming into a cycle in your life where these endings are happening with these toxic and limited beliefs about who you are, what you're here to accomplish, etc., and you're stepping more into that embodiment and that transformational, it's that chrysalis into the butterfly energy. And I've got 3 butterflies here, so it's no surprise that I was drawn to put butterflies up here, just so you guys can see the level of amazing change and transformation that is about to take place. And you may be seeing, remember, with all those 9s we've got on the board, we've got a 9, a 9, a 9, and then these 2 add up to a 9. That's 4 9s. You may be seeing 9s just everywhere, right? So I hope that resonated for you guys and brought you a little bit of guidance or clarity in ways or things that are going on in your self-love life. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group 2, let's go ahead and find out messages you need to know about self-love for yourself, ways you can be taking better care of yourself, self-care, just any messages that need to come up surrounding how you feel and care and love yourself. And we're going to just start with a few of our cards here so that we don't get overwhelmed with messages right off the bat. But we're going to go ahead and start with our Believe in Your Own Magic card and our 2 tarot cards. So for your Believe in Your Own Magic card, you have the Evil Queen card, which, most people are like, oh, I don't want that card, but I love this card because it's a number 2, which is a very partnership card. You've got support from other people. But with the Evil Queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. This is reminding you, you don't deserve the worst in life. You deserve the best in life. Not to say, salt is worse than sugar, but like in the context of this card is saying you deserve the good things in life. You deserve to feel treated and loved and cared for by yourself and by other people. But with this 2 here, I feel that your way you feel about yourself was really from an early age really shaped and morphed by those you loved and cared about, your parents, your siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, people who were really close to you, maybe teachers, and then eventually as you grew older, your partnerships, your love partners, or really close friends and family members as well. So you really put a lot of stake in how other people feel about you, or how they look at you, or how they perceive you, and it's almost like you judge yourself based on how you think other people are judging you, if that makes any sense. But with this Temperance card, to me, this feels like this is going to start balancing out, where many of you are just going to stop caring for the most part what other people, especially those that are more acquaintances or people you don't really know, you're kind of going to stop really caring what they even care to say about you or think about you, and you're just kind of going to go in your own little, own mode of I love myself and I don't care what you think of me. This is me, this is what I'm here to do, and I'm going to do it. You're really balancing out how you put so much weight on how other people see you and put it more on how you see yourself and how you're treating yourself, and you're really going to step into that almost like nurturing and motherly role, because to me Temperance is a very nurturing card. Anytime I personally draw the Temperance, it's from one of my guides. That's just this reminder to me that it's a very docile, calm, loving, motherly energy every time I pull this card for myself. And that's really what's coming through in your reading as well. I don't always read Temperance that way in other people's readings, but I'm really getting that way, or getting it to interpret it that way for you guys in this reading today. So one of your guides may be even stepping forward and really embracing you and loving you and patting you on the back and saying, you can get through this, you can do this, especially if you're going through something really rough right now, especially when dealing in other people, like with relationships or, acquaintances where your performance or what your worth is based on, other people kind of have a say in it, if you're hoping for a promotion as an example, you kind of have to play it by ear how your boss feels about you or how your superiors feel or think about you in order for you to attain that raise. But many of you are just done putting your worth in other people's hands is really how I'm seeing that. You're walking away with this Eight of Cups. You're walking away from belief systems about yourself, about how other people feel about you that just aren't serving your highest good. You're kind of done dimming your light and playing small. You're ready to step into your role and it's stepping into more of your light, because there is this beam of light here coming into this guy here in the Temperance card, and he's like channeling that beautiful light into whatever this kind of trapezoidal, kind of cubey, trapezoidal shaped thing he's got going on here. Whatever it is he's trying to accomplish, it's like he's channeling divine information or divine guidance from his higher self or his guides or angels to accomplish whatever it is he's going after. And because this is a self-love reading, maybe your guides and angels are lending you and letting you know how much they love you to help you feel that self-love for yourself. So let's go ahead and get a few more cards on the board. Okay, I love this so much. We have the Star card here, good fortune. Yes, you guys really are turning over a new leaf with the way you treat yourself, the way you feel about yourself, and how you even do like your self-care rituals. I do think many of you, it feels to me like about a 60-40. So 60% of you, it's like self-care is just something you do because you have to look presentable for other people. It's not something you really enjoy doing or think of doing. Then that other 40% of you, I feel like it's fun for you to take care of yourself, get your hair did, get your nails did. Even if you're doing them yourself, it's something you do kind of as a ritual to pamper yourself. But remember, that other 60% of you I'm picking up, it's like a chore for you to have to do all these things or make appointments to get your hair cut or, you know, whatever it is. You're just like, oh, I'd rather spend my time focused on my creative projects or my family or my job or whatever it is, that your appearance kind of slides or the way you present yourself to others kind of slides. And then that also plays a role into how you feel other people are judging you. And it's kind of like a whole spiral with that 60% of you. But then for the 40% of you that do enjoy doing the self-care and all that, it feels to me like you're really going to step up your game with that even more and really embrace how unique your own beauty, your own look, your own feel is compared to other people. You're kind of done comparing yourself to the average girl, the Kardashian, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Kardashians, you know, everybody tries to look alike. You want to really start playing up, and this is for both of you, I do feel, both 60 and 40% of you in the spectrum here that we're talking about. Both of you are really going to start wanting to play up your really unique features, your unique hair color, your unique eye color, your unique birthmark, whatever it is you've got going on that's very uniquely you. You're going to start wanting to playing that up, and it's actually going to gain you beautiful attention from people where they're like, wow, I wish I could embrace myself the way he or she is embracing themselves. It feels really good. But with that Star, good fortune, you're stepping more in, you know, with that 36, there's the end of that cycle where you're playing small, treating yourself not very well, and you're stepping into this more good fortune where it's like, I just keep seeing a green light, a green light, a green light, and you're just speeding right through everything. That's how that feels to me. So there's a lot of good fortune or good karma, you know. The end of that cycle is very wheel energy, and now fortune is on your side, especially when you pair it up here with this abundance card, Hunter Moon card here, abundance. Look at all these animals around her. We've got the number 38 here, which is representing 11, that awakening, that master number 11. So you may be seeing a lot of 11s or even 22, because 11, you know, 1 plus 1 is 2, 22. These may be numbers that you're seeing, and it's just an indication from the universe or your guides that you're on the right path as far as taking better care of yourself. But with this abundance, as a result of you loving yourself more, taking better care of yourself, you're then able to take better care of those in your life and make more money, create more abundance in your life, and it just feels so much better when you're taking the utmost care of yourself and your own body, your own spirit, your own emotions. It just ripple effects into every other area of your life. Let's go ahead and get some more information. So we've got, put these up there, right? Okay, so we've got the increase card, which to me pairs beautifully with abundance. Increase is abundance. Look at all these beautiful crystals just hanging out on this dirt path up to this beautiful castle or mansion here in the background. To me, it's like you're on the path to higher and greater abundance in your life. And as a result of loving yourself more, even doing self-care, self-love meditations, heart chakra meditations, solar plexus, sacral chakra meditations that are kind of, you know, your self-worth. To me, our self-worth is very solar plexus chakra. And, you know, this was And to me, it just feels like solar plexus and even throat chakra. We've got a lot of blue going on here. Those are two chakras that are really standing out to me that would be beneficial for you to work with, as well as the heart chakra, to really feel this sense of self-worth and self-love for yourself. But with this Be Still card, you do need more time to reflect, more time to walk away from what's not serving you, time to kind of do that life review and figure out, how are better ways I can take care of myself? What are some habits in my life that are kind of holding me back from having the relationship I want, the career I want, the life I want, the happiness I want, whatever it is, fill in the blank. Getting still, doing meditations, doing some healing, those are all great ways that you can use to manifest this abundance and this better self-love in your life. And you have the number 4 here, which is that supportive energy, and the number 3, which is all about creativity. So you have the support of your guides, your angels, people in your life, and also this creative spark that's coming online for many of you that's maybe going to want you guys, this spark of creativity is going to, fuel your fire to really take better care of yourself. And as a result, many of you, those of you that are working on creative projects, you're going to have this spark that really carries into your creative endeavors that's really going to feel good when you just go after what it is you want. Okay. And we have the lazy, I never pronounce that right, so I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing this goddess's wonderful name, but it says here, revelation. You will be having this beautiful aha moment, epiphany, revelation about who it is you're here to be, or what it is you're here to do, and who it is you are on that soul level. We're releasing those old toxic belief systems about ourselves, about limiting beliefs, thinking we're not good enough, or who am I to do this, who am I to do that. You're leaving it in the past, in the dust, with that end of that cycle, with this beautiful star energy here. And you're stepping into this new beginning with the 28, 2 plus 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, a new beginning as a result of this transformation. There is transformation here as a result of you loving yourself more. You're creating more abundance and love in your life, a love of what it is you're doing, a love for the people you're with, a love for just life itself as a result of you loving yourself more. I'm so excited. I'm stumbling over my words, so I think it's time I go. But thank you guys again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what message of self-love, self-care we have for you today. And we're going to go ahead and start with your Believe in Your Own Magic card and your tarot cards, just to see what comes up around self-love and self-care, what you can do, any themes, just whatever comes through. Okay, so the number here on this spaceship card here is a 43. So to me, this feels like a very spiritual transformation you guys are going to start having in your life. Spiritual awakening, maybe Kundalini awakening for some of you, but just you tapping more into your spiritual side, doing meditations, doing healing, seeking any kind of help you need through doctors or therapists or Reiki practitioners, whatever kind of help it is you need. As a result of you reaching out for that help, you're going to be able to tap more into your spiritual gifts, your spiritual side. And that help can look as simple as just having a conversation with a friend to be like, my life feels kind of stagnant. I don't know what to do. I was kind of thinking of doing this, but then again, I was kind of thinking of doing that. And it's not even that friend needs to say anything. It's just you having a springboard for your brainstorming and your ideas. That's really going to open something up spiritually for you guys to step into a version of yourself that is more loving, more giving of yourself to yourself, if that makes any sense. But with the spaceship card here, it says, don't be afraid to sing. So many of you, this has kind of been a theme in the other 2 groups as well, about playing small, dimming our light. This to me reminds me of that saying, dance like nobody's watching. And that's the same thing, don't be afraid to sing. Even if other people are watching, be uniquely you, be authentically you. And I just keep the word authenticity is like in lights, like on Broadway, like lit up like crazy, just like lights shining and blinking. Authenticity. So it's like you're stepping more into your soul aspect, more into your authentic self, who it was that you were before the world told you, no, you're not that, you're something else. You're like, no, I'm done with that. stepping away from that. I'm making a choice now to remove that blindfold of the Two of Swords and step into who it is I came here to be. Not who it is that you told me to be all these years, brainwashing and, the society itself playing a role in telling you can't shine too brightly, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're done with that energy. You're taking the blindfold off. You're making a choice to love yourself more. You're making a choice to sing the song along to the car radio as you're driving down the road rather than being quiet and trying maybe to hum it to yourself. You're like, no, I'm just going to let it all hang out. That just being yourself, your weird, fun, cool, quirky, true, authentic self, that is a form of self-love. Because when we suppress those, weirder parts of ourselves, or those parts of ourselves we think, oh, that person's going to judge me if I say what I really mean here. That's an act of kind of, not loving ourselves. Because when we can love ourselves, we can just be who we are. And we don't have to filter it. We don't have to, of course, don't be rude to people. But just if you're kind of censoring who you are so to not make people think you're weird, it feels to me like you're going to stop doing that so much in the near future. Like you're tapping more spiritually into who you are on a soul level, and you're realizing that the weirdness of you is what's amazing about you. It's what's authentic and true and good and amazing about you. And so you're going to want to start stepping more in that direction to embrace that. Especially with this King of Cups, you're really tapping into your emotions as well. Maybe looking back at childhood wounds and traumas and ways of operating, things that have happened in your past, resentments you've had with people, and old jobs that didn't work out, old love affairs that didn't work out, your parents and the way they treated you or didn't treat you, or just you're examining a lot, and a lot might be coming up for you. You may be feeling really emotional. You may be crying a lot. But remember, these tears are cleansing. They're releasing these long buried traumas for you to release them and move on and move forward. Because the King of Cups, that card is a card that is very emotionally tuned, emotionally balanced. They're not flying off the handle screaming at someone one minute and then breaking down crying the next, and then really happy-go-lucky the next. No, there's someone who got their emotions are very balanced. They're very on kilter, so to speak. And that's not to say this person bypasses the emotions. That's absolutely not true. This person knows a time and a place to feel emotions, and they feel them so they can heal them and deal with them, all those things. They don't try to spiritually bypass them like, no, everything's fine. I don't need to cry right now, and then push it down. The King of Cups would, if the King of Cups felt like crying and they're in the middle of a dinner party or something, they'd excuse themselves. They'd go to a room. They'd, close the door. They'd be vulnerable where it was safe for them to be vulnerable. Get the tears out. Get the emotions out. Take that deep breath and then return to the party. And some King of Cups, if they felt vulnerable enough that they could feel safe with the people at the dinner party, the King of Cups might break down right there and be like, I'm sorry guys, I'm having a moment. It'll pass. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling. But many of you don't have a lot of people in your life, I feel, that you can be really that vulnerable with. So many of you may be doing this healing, this emotional kind of releasing behind the scenes, or just with people you really care about, love, and trust. Let's go ahead and get some more information. But this King of Cups, all of this leaving behind, not being who you really are, this is going to help you really come to, love yourself more. Especially, you guys chose this yellow card as your cover. That's that solar plexus chakra, your self-worth, how you value yourself, how you, see yourself, how you, your self-love itself. I know heart chakra is really associated with that as well. But to me, solar plexus, you guys are really working on your confidence. We've got the 9 here. Lots of 9s in these readings today. You guys are at the end of a cycle that's no longer serving you. You're done playing small. You're done dimming that beautiful yellow sunshine of that solar plexus. You're ready to let it shine real big and bright. And, with the don't be afraid to sing, I think that pairs very well with this. But a soul lesson you are gaining as a result of putting in this beautiful work and healing in this area of self-love, you're going to gain clarity in your life. Clarity about relationships that seem confusing. Clarity about maybe if you're undecided, with that 2 of Swords, undecided about, what direction to go in your career, what it is you're here to do, where you should move to, all the things we can become unclear about or muddy about in our thinking as a result of what you guys are going through and dealing with. and moving on from, you're going to gain the beautiful clarity. The clouds are going to part away from your sunshine. You're going to be able to really tap into that inner knowing that, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. The blindfold is removed and you're only holding one sword, that Ace of Swords, like I'm taking action. I know what to do. I'm going after the thing or the relationship or the changes I need to make in my life. You know, whatever it is, you're going after it and it feels amazing. Eternal sunshine. I awake. You awaken. These are some of these little terms here. You're awakening to your more spiritual side, spiritual awakening. But of course, spiritual awakening isn't all butterflies, rainbows, crystals, and roses like it might look like on social media. It is a very heavy, it is, dark night of the soul energy. Spiritual awakening is like dying and then coming back to life. It's like a death within a life kind of thing. You're dying to who you thought you were and then being born into who you actually are on a soul level. So it's not pretty, it's messy, it's gross, it's grotesque at times. But you guys are doing it, you're getting through this, and as a result, you are gonna have more love for yourself and more love for life, more passion in life, and more love for others as a result as well. With this will card, waxing gibbous 4, we've got the number 13, which is a 4. So between the two of them, we've got the number 44. So you have that support of your guides, your angels, maybe your parents, or really supportive people in your life. You have the support of these people to go after what it is your dreams are. Because I feel like you guys have big dreams. I mean, they are out in outer space. The spaceship card. How out of this world can you get? There's a rocket. There's Saturn. There's mermaids flying around in space. How out there, in a good way, can you get? This is the card you guys have in your reading. You're really stepping into, that potential. I just keep seeing the word now, potential. You're really understanding that you're here to do something big. And of course, many of you throughout the years, you may have known that, but you didn't understand, with that loss of clarity or, unclear direction, you didn't know how to become what it is you knew you were here to do. But with this will card, you're gaining that sense of willpower, really, owning that solar plexus chakra area. You guys may be doing a lot of healing with that solar plexus. There's also a lot of green here. Heart chakra, solar plexus chakra. I just love this card. I just almost want to blow it up and put it on my wall. It's so beautiful, so sunny and gorgeous. I just love it. But to me, this is just all about willpower, stepping into your authentic self once again and just shining your light. That's just really what I see. Okay, let's get some more light on the subject here. So look at this with the number 2 here. We've got the status quo card, and because we're putting that right below the clarity and right beside the 2 of swords, that undecisiveness, you've gained your clarity, and as a result, you're stepping out of the status quo. You're not going with the status quo. No, remember, you're done trying to fit in and kind of, shield those weirder parts of yourself away from other people. No, you're letting it all hang out. You're shining your light bright, and of course, it's going to look different than the status quo. You're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not afraid to sing. It's beautiful. You're stepping out of the status quo as a result of your willpower, as a result of all this healing and emotional stuff that you're releasing from your past that has that more spiritual basis. And then with this number 15, it says here, connect with your womb. And I do apologize if you can hear my dog hacking downstairs in the background. Did you hear him? Oh my goodness, poor piggy. But yes, you guys have the connect with your womb card. And even if you are a male, this is just really representing to me the divine feminine. Yep, there goes my dog again. I do apologize. I did give him a bone before I started filming, so maybe it didn't go down the wrong way or the right way. But yes, whether you're male or female, this is just that connection to your divine feminine energy. But if you actually do own a womb, or if you are a female where you have a womb space, even if you've had a hysterectomy or you're older and you're no longer menstruating or whatever the case may be, you still have this energetic center, this sacral chakra within your body, within your energetic field that you can tap into to heal, to really overcome what it is that you're doing. And who it is you are, and that whole self-love thing as well. Because a lot of times, in this Western world, we are kind of, as women, it's taboo to talk about menstruation and periods, and it's something that's gross and should be hidden away, and we shouldn't talk about it or, examine what this means for us. But, as we And as you move forward more into your authentic self, you're really owning that really feminine part of yourself. Again, whether you're masculine or feminine person, energetically we're speaking, but this can also be physically if you are a female as well. But I'm really being drawn back up here to the moons again. Lots of moon symbology, so you may really connect with the moon. We've got water, ocean here in both these cards. Mermaids, I mean, that's all ocean energy to me. There's some water in the background here. So water, your connection to water, cups, the moon cycles. I mean, it all connects like this for you guys. And you guys are really tapping into that. As a result, you're going to get more self-love. You're going to feel like you need to take better care of yourself, etc. Then we also, oh, I love this. I love that we're closing on this card. We've got the number 18 here, which is another 9, closing out that cycle. As a result, with this Gula card, I hope I'm saying that right, Gula. I do apologize if I'm butchering these wonderful goddesses' names, but we've got healing represented here. Healing. There is healing coming into the area of your life with your solar plexus, with your sacral chakra, with that womb energy, and even with your heart chakra. There's a lot of green here as well. And then right here on her third eye area, it's illuminated as well. So, I mean, to me, it's like you're just aligning all the chakras, getting a lot of healing going in your physical body, your emotional body, mental, spiritual, all of it. You're picking up those rugs that everybody and yourself have been sweeping the dust under. You're shaking them out. You're taking them to the dry cleaners. You're sweeping up the pile that was beneath. You're polishing those floors. I mean, you're doing the work. You're doing the healing. You're really getting to the root of, past belief systems, why you've treated yourself certain ways, why you've believed yourself to be this small person and not this big, beautiful light that you are on that soul level. You're just really stepping into your authentic self. You're stepping into your potential, and it's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's beautiful. But of course, remember, it's not going to look pretty all the time. It can get messy. It can get dirty. It can look like a dark night of the soul at times. But on the other end, or the other side of all of this work and all of this healing, is you stepping into your authentic self. Loving yourself for who it is you are, not hating yourself for what it is you're not, and healing. Lots and lots of healing. Closing out cycles. Cycles are very huge with you guys. You even have the word cycle here. Menstrual cycle. We've got moon cycle, cycle, 2 9s, the end of a cycle. I mean, the word cycle, you may be hearing it a lot or seeing a lot of the word cycle or moon cycle or seeing a lot of moon symbology. It's all starting to pour to me now, but wow, you guys have a lot of transformation and healing, and I think your guys' is the longest reading I've done of the 3 piles, but I think I needed to spend a little more time and attention on you guys because I'm gonna take a deep breath. I feel like for you, you need to just allow yourself to be who you are and stop trying to please other people or stop trying to just fit in that status quo. You were not born to fit in here. Even if you've been doing a bang-up amazing job of fitting in up until now, it's not going to sustain and fulfill you in the long term. You're going to go through this time where you're stepping more into your spiritual side, more into your authentic side, and as a result, it's like the whole, seeing outside the box, thinking outside the box. You're going to be so far removed from that box, and you're like, there is no box. There is no box. I am free to do and be and create who and what and how and all the things. I'm here to just be me, who I am on a soul level, and it's shining and it's beautiful. So I hope that resonated for you, beautiful group number 3, and brought you some guidance and clarity in the area of self-love in your life. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, group number 3, right here, back at the Done Creative. All right, bye!